Alright, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to another video here on the channel. So a couple days ago I made a video talking about an email that I had gotten from a concerned lawyer slash father, okay? And in this email he had been detailing about how I was basically like a Satan worshiper because I wanted to do some Halloween themed content on the channel in October. And basically was trying to make it out like I was committing these like nefarious acts, right? That I was like violating the fundamental laws of humanity or something, bro. Like I broke all 10 commandments or something crazy, but I ended up making that video and everything was kind of cool for a little while, right? Until about 15 or so hours after that video came out when I got another email from the same guy. And I kind of wanted to come back and read this one because this one is just insanity at its finest too, man. So he makes a lot of crazy, outlandish claims, including that I've violated his constitutional rights by uploading his email in a YouTube video. Let's just go ahead and get into this one, man. I mean, it's another 3-paragraph essay that he hit me with because we're in 4th grade here. So yeah, he sent me another 3 paragraphs basically telling me what he doesn't like about my channel. So I've seen your video that you put on your channel where you read the contents of the email that I sent you, and frankly, I was offended and felt betrayed. I sent you that email in confidence that I would be doing your business a favor by informing you of some of your wrongdoings, and you know that I sent that in confidence. An email is supposed to be between the parties that it is sent to, not for the whole world to see when a child opens it on their YouTube channel. If I had to guess, you're probably a 16-year-old little punk who thinks that it is funny to harass people like this. I wonder what your parents would think. Alright, so let's go ahead and just address this off the jump. He felt offended and betrayed. I can understand, I guess, feeling offended because I kind of made fun of you and over 100,000 people kind of did the same, right? Like the video went pretty well. I don't know why you would feel betrayed. I've never given you any sense of loyalty to anything you say. I don't even know you, okay? I know your name and where you work because you provide it as a signature. Other than that, I don't fucking know you, bro. So no, I'm not gonna betray you if I have zero loyalty to you whatsoever. So not sure, but you sent the email in confidence and thought you were doing me a favor by accusing me basically of basically being like anti-religion because of some YouTube videos and shit like that. I want to let you know, you didn't help my business in any way. Actually, you did. You helped my business by giving me free content, but in terms of changing anything operationally or anything, no, you didn't do anything, man. So I hope that doesn't hurt your feelings to hear, but an email is supposed to be between the parties it's sent to, not for the whole world to see when a child opens it on their YouTube channel. So, good thing that I'm a grown man, right? Good thing that I'm not a fucking child. So he goes on to claim that I'm probably a 16-year-old little punk who thinks that it's funny to harass people, and he wonders what my parents would think. 3 claims there I want to address. First and foremost, I'm not 16. I'm actually old enough to legally drink, so I'm at least 21, alright? And basically claim that I'm harassing you. You came to me first, you started the conversation, you emailed me, you made up a bunch of crazy shit about me. I simply respond to you in a public forum, okay? The only thing I really do is respond to you, but I change where it happened at. And apparently that's harassment. So what I'm seeing here is this is one of these people, they can talk all they want, right? Like they can say whatever bullshit that comes to mind. They can fucking make absolutely insane claims about somebody. But when you respond to them and you're logical or, you know, you're against what they say, all of a sudden now it's harassment. You're bullying them. You're being mean. That's what we're dealing with here, okay? We're dealing with like an 11-year-old in middle school who claims that they're a fucking lawyer, okay? I wonder what your parents would think. I don't think my parents, you know, really give a shit. I think they'd be quite indifferent if I told them that some lunatic emailed me and got butthurt that I responded to him. Not sure that they would really care, but let's go ahead and continue. So, sharing this email was a crime, might I add. I live in Maryland, which is considered a, quote, 2-party consent state, meaning that you have to have recorded consent from me to record our private conversation like that and put it in the public light. As a lawyer, I'm well aware of my rights, and given the action that you've taken to violate my rights, I could sue you for violations of the following. Amendment 4 of the United States Constitution. I don't know what the fuck the United States Constitution is, but I'm assuming you mean the United States Constitution, Mr. Lawyer. Violation of the Electronic Communications Privacy Act and local laws. If you continue to air blasphemous material on your YouTube page, I cannot stop that, but the American public will when they discover just who you are as a person and how you believe. The values of our society are important and people like you need to stop doing what you're doing. I understand you find this funny, But as a lawyer, I'm warning you now, you need to end this foolishness. I'm so tired of this motherfucker telling me he's a lawyer. You know what I'm saying? Just like any opportunity bro gets, he's like, and I mean, as a lawyer, right? You know, being a lawyer and whatnot, I mean, I kind of know what I'm talking about, but yet he never knows what he's fucking talking about, right? Like all of these things that he keeps referencing me violating or whatever, he either can't spell them, he doesn't even know what he's referring to, or he's just flat out wrong in his interpretation. Like, it's gotten to the point that in my future videos, I'm about to just start, like, adding a little, like, I guess, inside joke. Like, I'm gonna just be like, you know, as a lawyer, this is what I think. Because, like, this guy just think this is such a fucking hard response, bro. Well, sir, as a lawyer myself, let me go ahead and tell you this. I got my degree from Google University, which is one of the most prestigious universities in the world. And this two-party consent state law shit that you're accusing me of violating doesn't make sense, okay? Because the law is only really interpretive for people who live in that fucking state, or people who live in the state that that law would apply to, because Maryland is not the only place that has such a law. Essentially what this law, the two-party consent state shit means, is let's say someone calls me on the phone, okay, and I record that whole phone conversation without their knowledge or consent. That would be against the law in these states. Considering that I live in fucking Ohio, though, I don't live in Maryland, and I don't even live in a state where a two-party consent thing is even really a thing, this was not a crime, and he has no legal repercussions for me for this, okay? At best, he's fighting for gray areas. At worst, he's just wrong. So, he then claims that I'm violating the Fourth Amendment of the United States Constitution, which is the prestigious document that was signed by great names such as Greg Washington and Andy Hamilton, right? So let's go ahead and take a look at the Fourth Amendment of the US Constitution and see what this is. The right of the people to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable searches and seizures shall not be violated, and no warrants shall issue but upon probable cause, supported by oath or affirmation, and particularly describing the place to be searched and or the persons and things to be seized. Essentially what this law really does, or this amendment of the Constitution really does, is let's say, you know, you got something at your house, right, that the police are really fucking interested in. The police can't just walk in your fucking house at random time, give no information about what they're doing, and just start looking through everything. They can't do this in your car, they can't do this in your pockets. They have to have a warrant signed by a judge, or they have to have something called probable cause, which is essentially just indicators that they can call upon that, you know, say that, you know, they have reason to believe you're committing a crime. So apparently, me reading an email that he sent to me personally on my YouTube channel is the equivalent of a SWAT team kicking your door in, stealing your personal possessions, and charging you with a crime with no warrant, okay? If this guy really is a lawyer, and I mean, he gives a legitimate place of business in the signature, I believe what I'm just gonna have to do is send these emails to that legal team, because if this guy is a legitimate fucking lawyer and he's claiming that I violated the Fourth Amendment of the Constitution, I can only imagine that he's not doing his job correctly. This would be like a McDonald's employee who should know how to assemble a fucking Big Mac telling you like, hey, what you're doing is building a Whopper. Are you really building a fucking Baconator right now? Like, dude, you're not even right. You know what I mean? Shut the fuck up. So, he claims it's blasphemous material on my YouTube page, okay? Which, whatever, dude. You want to call it blasphemous? Cool. I don't really see the problem with it. Most people don't really see the problem with it, but I love the follow-up to this. The American public will stop you when they find out who you are as a person and how you believe. As if, you know, I'm just like so famous or like so watched that like the American public has my fucking name in their mouth. Like I'm Kanye West or somebody like that, bro. You realize that the vast majority of people who have lived in this country and ever will live in this country will never know who I am, right? They'll never know about Optimus the YouTuber. And no one really gives a fuck, you know what I'm saying? Like, no one cares, okay? I'm making Halloween YouTube videos. The only people who care are psychopaths, okay? I mean, let's be real. No one gives a fuck, okay? Nobody cares literally at all. Like, you have yet to explain to me what I'm legitimately doing that violates, you know, like, the morals or the rights, I guess, of the public and shit like that. So, apparently I'm just the fucking worst person who's ever lived, man. I'm out here violating people's constitutional rights. I'm out here violating every law in the book. I'm creating blasphemous content. I don't know, man. I mean, if you guys are still subscribed or not subscribed at this point, man. Anyway, with that being said, thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're brand new around here on the channel, follow me over on Twitter and Twitch at @SubToOptimus. I think at this point, the Halloween content, I don't know if it's necessarily going to start like right on October 1st, but I'm getting some stuff kind of planned for that. If you guys have any creepy pastas, creepy stories, like real life creepy stories especially, that would be great because that's stuff I can make content out of. And I want to make videos, of course, that you guys are going to watch and enjoy as well. So you can send those to me in a tweet over on Twitter. You could drop them in the comments. I will read these comments and hopefully see them. So, but yeah, with that all being said, thank you guys for watching. Check out Shop Opti down below. And until my next video, guys, this is Optimus. Well, the worst ever, fellas, and signing out.